It's Nagash versus Troggoths. Game 1. Here we go. Alright, we got Nagash. We're in Scarlet Doom. So we got the Blade Geists, Spirit Torment, and Cruel Gas Crusader. Spirit Torment's got the Arcane Tome. He's got the Seal of Shayesh, but he's really there just to try to re-roll and get out the cogs so that Nagash doesn't miscast any of his spells. When we have this out, it's going to be really, really good. We can unbind it in our opponent's turn if we remember, and the Crusader with the Pendant of Fell Wind just to give the extra -1/2 wound within 3 inches. Bubble. Blade Geist Revenants in 20s. Blender. It's an absolute tornado. I'm hoping that like Nagash and the Blade Geist are surrounded by the Hex Race, and I just kind of move up the board in a couple bubbles. Game 1 of the Loremaster in Sherbrooke, I got paired against Christian Riel and his Gloomspite Gitz. He brought Troggoths. Christian just won Best General at Montreal GT that I hosted, and he's taking a break from Nurgle. So, Dankhold Trogboss, Madcap Shaman, Hand of Gork. Yeah, that spell will never go off with Nagash, right? Fellwater Troggoths, 6 of them, 9 Rockgust Troggoths. Kill them, they'll probably come back through the Loon Shrine, and then 3, 3, and 3. These guys are battle line. They're also Galician veterans, so when I said my list was the Blade guys and they're super blendy, well, they're also in Bounty Hunters, same with the Hex Race. So I'm hoping if I touch any of his units, they're going to explode. Dankhold Troggoths are, you know, hit like trucks, but honestly, I think it's a good matchup for me. 4 drops, he's going to get to choose to go first. And yeah, I'm guessing he's going to give me first turn. So I'm deploying like this, and that's it. It's going to be a really, really good game. Taking a look at the battle plan, we got Presence of Idols. I'm going to deploy back. We're about 18 inches away from each other, except on the sides, about 12 to 13 inches away from each other. But I'm going to play a little bit defensively in case he does want to try to rush and get a charge. I mean, I guess Trog's only moved 6 inches, but anything can happen here in the Mortal Realms. It's a very dangerous place. Terrain is really, really good. When we take a look at the board, I'm just going to go over my deployments. Alright, let's go. This is how I start my day at 5:45 in the morning. I got Nagash riding shotgun, ready to go to Sherbrooke, picking up a couple buddies along the way. Super important to just take my models in this filing tray, and I bring it. If something breaks along the road, that's fine. I'm just not going to pack it away like this. Super good. When I'm back at home, I can just put it back. Sanitizer, masks, everything's good. First game, Christian. Table's really nice. I think the rocks are good. I'll be able to go around them. I fly, so it doesn't really bother me. I know Christian's got lower drops than I do, and I'm deploying in a way that I think is kind of conservative. I don't know if he's going to make one of these the proving grounds. If he does, I'm going to have to go the other way. That's just how it is. If one's the proving ground, I can only take them with the Blade Geist. The Blade Geist are going to put it right here. If I have to stretch the Blade Geist onto one of these far objectives, I didn't really want to do that. I also didn't want to have to just take the center objective and only get hold 1 and hold more for 2 points. Probably with against the odds for just 2 points. So I'm just trying to go through here with the motions of doing my deployment, see where he wants to put his stuff, and then figure out what I want my idols to be. This is what deployment looked like at the end. He's got his stuff all castled up here, his Shaman's here, his Dankhold Trogboss is here. I know the distance between these two is close enough for me to try to Hand of Dust the Dankhold Trogboss on turn 1, which, yeah, was obviously what I'm going to try to do. And then I'm just going to get everything else in a position to take the damage or to try to spread out and not lose. I'm trying a really different playstyle, so this is what I was going for. My turn 1, the Spirit Torment gets the cogs off, which allows me to get all my buffs up. Nagash has 3 Arcane Bolts, Mystic Shield. This unit of Hex Race has Shade Mist and Seal of Shayesh. I'm doing really good. I think this is a really good spot to be in, just getting my buffs up. This objective wound up being the proving ground, so I couldn't get my Blade Geist over here. I was going to get this unit here of Hex Wraiths and try to push them up a little bit and have these guys take the objective, but I had to bring these guys all the way down onto this far objective here, and then I had to use these ones kind of out in front to screen in front here. I didn't want anything to touch the Blade guys just yet because I knew that this was really my hammer, Nagash, and this is my hammer. At the end of the first turn, this is roughly how it looks like. The Hex Wraiths are towed over onto this objective here, so I wind up with against the odds. I got my 5 points. I hold 1, hold 2, hold more. This one I'm not even bothering with, and I'm happy with my spot. You know, he's going to go with his turn. I know he can charge some stuff, but with the debuffs on the Hex Wraiths here, and Seal of Shayesh and their 4-up Ethereal save, I was really happy with where I was. Nagash failed me big time. The Madcap Shaman has 1 spell, and only 1 spell, and he got it off, and it was the Hand of Gork, and the Hand of Gork took the 9 Trogs, and he put them 9 inches behind me, and all he had to do was roll that 9-inch charge, and he got a reroll, and he got it, and that was basically his turn. So this is Hero Phase. I know it's a rough spot, but I have Mystic Shield. I'm going to be able to all-out defense, and I'm hopefully going to be able to withstand everything. So as he's measuring the auras and everything for his Danko Trogbus to see if he can be able to get everything in range, he's just moving up with other stuff. As you can see, I've got still both objectives. He's for sure has the bodies now onto this middle objective to take control of that. His battle tactic he chose was gaining momentum. He was going to kill this unit of Hex Wraiths right here and control more objectives than I do. Didn't really wind up happening. The 9 Troggoths, they went into Nagash. Nagash released his Arcane Bolts at the beginning of the combat phase. He killed 1 of them. So that's still 8 guys coming in with attacks after that. And Nagash, even though he is Lord of the Undead, he is not invincible. He doesn't have so many aftersaves for that. So with, the end of the Trogs, I think I was at a 3-up save. And at the end of the day, end of the combat, I had 1 wound left. Nagash took 15 damage. He swung back with the staff. I think he hit 3 times. And he did something like 11 damage with his staff, and then he missed everything with his sword. He was bracketed so much. I didn't really feel bad about this situation right here. Like going into the end of the turn and having Nagash like that, my Hex Wraiths were still alive. All my other armies were still alive. If I made it into like the next turn and I won priority, then I'm just going to try to use Nagash to use Life Stealer or Soul Stealer, and I'm going to start to try to heal Nagash up. I won't be able to do Heroic Recovery, but it's not unusual. If Nagash is solo, you can probably get to 3d3, heal 3d3 from him. But even if you heal 2d3, it's still pretty good. Down from 1, and then Nagash will just play the slow chicken game, and he'll try to get back into the action in round 3 or 4 at around like a dozen life again. So that is what I really want to do. At the end of the turn, I was happy. He wound up having more guys on this objective just because they're Trogs, and the middle objective, he had more guys on there too. So with his failing his battle tactic, he still got hold 1, hold 2, hold more. So he, with gaining momentum failed, wound up the first turn with 3 points. It was a really big priority going into turn 2. Looking back at this right now, doing the play-by-play, honestly, I didn't realize how close this game was with Nagash here and how vital this next priority roll was. He won the priority going into 2. He knows he's going to take it. He tries to go desecrate their lands. He tries to take this piece of terrain right back here. I think his plan was to retreat these Troggoths back and take desecrate, which is fair because he thought that he had my army surrounded to a point where I was in a really bad spot with his turn 2. Good. One of these Troggoths found a rock that Skaven had left there, and he threw it in Nagash's face, and Nagash died to a rock in the shooting phase, so he didn't even have to get the attacks there. But this is okay. I have these guys. They're all here. They're all in my bubble. So the Troggoths Crusaders, he's doing his work. He's here. He's got the -1 to wound bubble onto this unit of Dankhold Trogs, and his boss here is trying to do some work on the Hex Race. All in all, I'm still in a really good spot, but it's not really looking good for me at the end of turn 2, going into my turn 2. I'm starting to lose a little bit of models, but that's okay. I'm spread out fine. The Fellwater Troggoths are fighting the Hex Race over here. And at the end of his turn 2, he gets his 7 points for killing Nagash with an idol and winding up with the 7 points. I guess he killed my Hex Race, yeah. So his 2 idol units killed 2 of my idol units. So he gets 2 bonus points. So he gets hold 1, hold 2, hold more, plus desecrate for 7 points. So it's now 10 to 5 going into my turn 2, which I felt really good about. Really good about. Beginning of my turn, I know I don't have too much left. These guys are fighting a little combat here. Nagash is not dead, obviously. He's just overseeing the battle here on the side, as he does. You know, the Lord of Undead is not dead. He's just over here. My turn 2, I choose Eye for an Eye. I'm pretty confident that I can kill something. I didn't exactly know what I was going to kill, so I was just going for that. My one spell that I had from the Spirit Torment was Seal of Shaesh, which I cast onto this unit of Blade Geist Revenants that will do work no matter where they are. 20 models. It's just a crazy amount of damage. And so you'll see for this game, or any other game, if you've never faced Nighthaunt, this 350 point unit is a nightmare to deal with. Trogs, you kill 2 of them, 2 more will run away, and that's going to be fine. So they just went in, they just blended everything. So that was the Dankholds, they were dead. I knew that I was still in a really good spot. I wanted to stay away from a lot of his other units, and I was just going to basically, if I survived here, I want another priority, I was going to take this unit here, and I was just going to go around the board, and I was just going to try to delete him 1 unit at a time, using just my Blade Geist Revenants, you know? Yeah, I lost Nagash basically turn 1, but so we're fighting Trogs here, and Nighthaunt is a really vicious army. I didn't feel like I was under any pressure. I'm sure Christian felt really comfortable about being in the lead, but I knew that just having a good priority and getting these Blade Geists around the board, I was going to be able to eventually clean up the rest of his army. As you can see, this is the models that are dead. That's it. I wound up winning priority into turn 3. I'm only losing 10-8. I chose head-to-head. I wanted to get this this objective, and I needed to get one battle tactic. Head to head, I had to kill these Galician veterans with these Galician veterans. Well, the Blade guys, they do work, and so that really was fine for me. I'm just going to leave the rest of the stuff over on this side and try to just get down to business. I think, well, maybe the Spirit, yeah, the Spirit Torment's here, so he's still alive. I think the Troggoths Crusader died at some point during all that melee, but at the end of my round 3, I got my battle tactic, and I've got 11 points, but Christian has 10 points. Going into his turn 3, he's just trying to get his stuff over there. These models are dead. We just didn't take them out. They're just here for just narrative reasons, just with Nagash looking over the battlefield. Also, it's so difficult to get Nighthaunt's models out of how tangled they become, like a barrel of monkeys whenever you kill something. So we just kind of left them there for that. Christian, his turn 3, he chose against the odds. He could get this really, really easily. He doesn't even have to kill anything of mine because he holds 1, he holds 2, he holds more. He gets this against the odds. That gives him 5 points. That'll put him at 15 points to my 11 points after the round 3. Just comes down to priority again, right? Turn 4, I win priority. I'm feeling good. I can probably get into basically all of this stuff. I can probably kill all these Trogs and his Trog boss, and I'll just start going around the board like a tornado. So really, really, really good stuff here. Spirit Torment's fighting Cruel Boy's Troggoth thing, whatever. Anyway, narrative. River Trolls dead. I win priority. I choose Desecrate. I choose this rock right here. I put my Hex Race on this rock. I know I have to get maximum points. I hold not even one. I don't think I hold 0 objectives because I don't have this one. I'm not going to hold this one at the end. I miscalculated, but you know what? The Blade Geists at almost full, they went into the Dankhold Troggoths, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rock guts, and I deleted all of them. Actually, I didn't delete all of them, but these two ran to Battle Shock. So that's the power of the Blade Guys. But unfortunately, I didn't have any objectives, which is like the primary for 3 points. So I did get bonus points over the course of this for killing 2 units with my idle unit of Blade Geist Revenant. So I did get 4 points that turn, but that still only puts me at 15 points. So it's 15-15 with Christian about to take his turn 4, and I'm gonna have to do something really to survive. And guess what? The unit of 9 Rock Gut Troggoths, they come out of the shrine, and they're not happy because they had their friends get beat up badly. I think what they did was they just came out, they killed the Hex Race, which was eye for an eye, and that was basically it for the Hex Race. If I got a priority into turn 5, then I would have been okay, but the end of round 4, it's 15-20. I'm feeling really good. This is a really fun game playing Christian. I've never played him before. We've spoken a lot, and I was really having fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too. But I just couldn't do much. Listen, Nighthaunt's dangerous, but you know, I got lucky. I won a couple priorities. I didn't win priority on the 5th turn, and by that point, when Christian chose Barge through enemy lines, he was able to put 2 units into my zone. He gets his 2 points for his battle tactic. He also holds 1. He holds 2. He holds more. So going into my turn 5, I'm down 25-15. I can't possibly win the game on points. I knew that if I just tried to get something off of here, I'm going to get my grand strategy, which is fight or flight. He's going to get his grand strategy. So the end of the game, just looking at this one versus Christian, it was 28 for him and 18 for me. I thought it was a really, really good game. I know losing the gash right off the bat is not ideal, but I still didn't feel like I was behind in this match. I guess that's just the way Gloomspite Gitz is right now. Like, they are a cool army. They just need a little bit of love for the rules, and if they get that love, like, I couldn't imagine what's going to happen with the Troggoths. If they get some special rules, it's going to be great. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you watch the next battle report. Cheers.